Greetings and welcome to Die Dragon Die presents Master of Puppets, the side campaign for the Grimstone Chronicles. I am your DM and host tonight, joined by the Ontario crew, Adam, Mark, and Ahmed. How is everyone doing? That was in no particular order, by the way, or whatever order your paranoia thought it was.
The Trickster, how are you?
Hey, Drake.
Trickster's already starting off solid.
Nice. How is everyone doing on this fine Saturday afternoon?
Good.
I'm good. I'm feeling very chill because I have been playing a new game, a board game. Let's see if you can see this. It's Bob Ross, The Art of Chill board game.
Yep.
Here we can have a little tree over here, a little bush. It's gonna live right here.
That's exactly what you do. There's
trees. You like?
Yeah. See, you've got little paintings like this, and you've got to collect the right cards and complete the features of the painting before Bob Ross does. That's over here.
Completing the painting before Bob Ross does is physically impossible.
So someone
No, I
You
know.
realize or some sort of savant motherfucker, and you are
My brother.
Bob Ross.
My brother, as a novelty, looked into actually buying a Bob Ross painting, thinking the guy's done like 30,000 paintings. He does one every lunch hour. How expensive can they possibly be? They're like $800 a piece.
Which in the world of famous
That's what my brother went.
paintings...
Yeah.
So let's be honest. I've got multiple paintings on my walls that were more than that much, and they weren't made by Bob Ross.
Here's what you do. You get a poster. You put it on particle board backing and maybe in a frame. You stick that up on your wall. It's like, art. It costs you maximum $100.
But does that art have friendly little trees and fluffy little clouds?
No, but it'll be like a movie poster that you enjoy, that you want to tell your friends, I like this movie. Yeah.
Welcome to my home.
Or my favorite thing it's over my shoulder, the thing above that TV there is a poster of Planescape. That came from one of the Planescape box sets back in second ed, but I made reference to it and liked it's showing all the outer planes in a big circle. So it's part art, part reference material, part like at this point nostalgia, and it was $40 to put it onto a heavy board.
And good thing you did, because you've had it at least more than 25 years now.
Yep, and then I don't know if you could see. Kind of.
Oh, damn! Thanks, man.
Right there, we've got a thing of the Forgotten Realms. I did the same thing at the same time. The Forgotten Realms, 3rd edition poster map, and that art has been in every apartment since then. So, and every once in a while, you've got it up, and you got people like, "Is that a real map?" You're like, "You're not a D&D fan," or like, "Oh, I recognize that map. That's D&D." Yes. We will now.
Is that a real map? That person do good in geography class.
No, well, it tends to be at parties where there's drinking and,
That'd be pretty.
She was pretty. All right. Horrible. All right. Before I get myself into too much trouble, how's everyone else doing? Moving on.
So, work is called work for a reason, and I'm getting my... the weight cut I'm going on is going pretty good. I'm under 140 kilos now. So we're at we met our minimum goal that we wanted by Christmas, so now we're going for the stretch goal. And we're having more cheat meals and more stuff because again, it was a little bit earlier today in the pregame chat, it's like, no, I need carbs now. And there were some questions. It's like, no. This bland-ass rice on my plate is manna of the gods at this point in my day.
Big warrior needs food badly.
Pretty much.
Here's some rice.
Horrible rice. It's the first time I didn't buy rice from the Chinese grocer in a long time. I bought some from like Superstore because it was just like on sale.
Because it was there. Yeah.
Got it. It is terrible. It's dry and stringy, and some of the rice are so long they're demented. They look like noodles. It's this piece of rice looks like a noodle. It's not rice at that point. I understand long grain, but this is ridiculous.
All right, The Adventures of Rice with Adam. Mark, The Adventures of Bob Ross with Mark. You got some heavy topics to top. Ahmed, what's going on in your world?
Oh, I'm on vacation. I've been on vacation, baby.
And
I'm eating
posters.
whatever.
What's that?
I'm eating whatever. I think last night I was starting to fall asleep, and I could feel my heart wasn't pumping properly. I was like, I gotta eat properly tomorrow. So I did. Today I'm feeling better. It's fine. Don't worry, Adam.
You're sure it was your heart? Like it wasn't just indigestion? You know? Like
who knows? It was somewhere in here. But I'm feeling a lot better today.
It was somewhere between the balls and the neck, is what you're saying? There was a problem somewhere.
I just didn't care anymore. I haven't been sleeping properly at all, right? Just like maybe like half an hour straight, and then and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, this week I don't know if it's the weather changing but this week 3 times this week I woke up going, fine, we're gonna have bad dreams. I'll just wake up. I don't know if it's stress or whatever, but it was like,
bed.
Fuck this sleeping. God damn it, there's no way I'm going back to that. Yeah. I don't know. Just this week sleep really sucked.
It's pretty funny.
That's me in life. I wake up, oh hell no. Go back to sleep.
I can't complain. Recently, since I fixed my sleeping position, so I don't sleep on my shoulders anymore, because it was causing my fingers and elbows to go numb.
You sleep like a bat, don't you? Using one of your pull-up bars or something like that. Just.
I sleep like this. I sleep stretched out, but I now sleep like I'm dead. I might be dead.
Exercise does that. Yeah.
I sleep on my back with my hands like this, and my wife, she's like, I can't go to sleep with you like that. You look like you're in a coffin. It's like, okay, I'll roll over until you go to sleep.
I used to do this, and then I went to this position, and I found that felt too restrictive. So this is now it's like the waiting for morning love or something, just like.
All right.
And that's why you don't ask how we're doing.
I thought I gave you guys enough time to get it out of your system, but apparently not.
No one really gives a shit. Let's just start game.
Okay. All right. Last game was called Demon Seed. Barnabas and his fellows battle with freed monsters in the Professor Hallmark's abandoned laboratory beneath the Founders College. One of Hallmark's old companions makes off with some of Hallmark's library. Mort hides the rest of the library inside the carcass of a slain beast. The party finds 2 demon seeds that are unhatched and bring them back to the Bellefonte Tower for experimentation. One of the demon seeds, they find abyssal steel weapons. While Barnabas is nursing disease caught by the demon seeds, Crackle accidentally discovers Malefont's prison and speaks to the trapped lich. The lich demands that they slay his rival and former companion, the elven divine caster, whose whereabouts is likely known by an egotistical wizard named Bargle. Mort, Grackle, and Chaga seek the aid of the smith, which brings them into contact with the Imperial Census and later members of the Steel Rose Watch. And the party made a deal with Slake that he would reforge some of your abyssal steel weapons into weapons that were more suited for your characters. Now, those will be ready in about 12 days or so. There is a downtime sheet where we're tracking some of this stuff. It is in the last 15 days of summer. And it sounds like the Lich has given you a quest. The place where he wanted you to go, or where he thought that Bargle hides out, is an abandoned castle of old called the Keep, the Mistmere Keep. I don't know if you guys are doing that, but...
Yeah, at this point,
Most
I think that's the plan.
Most of you do feel like the Lich still has things to teach you.
Yes. Bargle Mort.
I'm on the Bellefonte Tower map.
Okay. All right, there we go. All right.
Are we okay? So we're still having breakfast, or is it?
It is.
Yeah, Barnabas needed a few days to recover as well because he was diseased.
Yep. This is.
Yeah.
Barnabas is starting to feel better. The party is gathered around the kitchen table as they often do because of Chaga's cooking.
Do we know how far this castle is? How much preparation should I make for?
Knowledge geography.
Yeah. You do you have any ranks in it whatsoever?
Yeah, and I'm a bard anyway, so.
Yeah, you know that Mistmere is a castle that is a little bit to the south and it's along the coast. You're guessing maximum 3 days from the city.
It'll be 3 days to get there, 3 days back.
It's kind of a mixture of bogland and moorland, and it's positioned near the coast. It might have been used in historical context to protect the surrounding area from any invasion.
Okay.
Peat? I'm not sure what peat is used for, but it's probably what the
Maybe you can
history
burn
of
it.
the area
You
is.
burn peat.
What's that?
Peat eventually turns into coal if you give it enough time and pressure.
Got it. So there is peat mining or processing.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Cut up big strips, but yeah, it's harvesting.
The castle wasn't built there for that. It's just that's the only use of that tract of land that you can think of now. Imperial patrols, ship patrols outside of Foundry would never let an enemy land so close to the city. Like it's it's lost all strategic influence. From the time of the settler wars, maybe 300-400 years ago.
Gotcha.
All right.
So will the cart we have outside be able to take us there and back?
Well, it's difficult to say. I mean, them roads ain't been maintained since the settler wars, most likely, but there should be a path at least.
Then should we obtain some horses?
We have horses, yeah.
We have horses, unless somebody's eaten them and not told me about it.
Do you have
Barnabas
for all of
legitimately looks at others to see that that's not happening. No, I think we're good.
So, Bargle, he's a bit of an asshole. Like a bit of a hoity-toity wizard that has lots to prove. Like he's compensating for a lack of something.
He's dangerous.
He thinks that all wizards should be, well,
He'd prefer a
rulers.
medjocracy.
Yes, it's just kind of what we have, but
Mort lifts his hand. A medjocracy is when mages are in charge of everything. Mort's hand goes down.
Thank you.
what about witches and warlocks? What's that called? Says Alistair.
Well, there's no name for that because it ain't never happened anywhere.
First time for anything.
There is.
Under Shogun rule, it would be excellent. Not really. For the high class, it was excellent. For everyone else, it was shit. But
Yeah, you had a feudal system. It's fine.
Yes, you should be afraid. You're the only one at the table that doesn't use magic.
it does not frighten or bother me.
Puppets.
He just pulls out like the first inch of a sword. This should bother most of you.
You can just feel Alistair staring at you for the rest of the meal from across the table. It's hard to see where he's looking in his mirrored helmet, but he's got it
facing.
generally facing across the table towards you. Every once in a while you hear a word muttered in the helmet, which is a tiny bit echoey.
Got really good acoustics in here.
Do we know? I can't. Oh, he's a universalist, right?
Yeah.
Bargle?
That's what Chaga says. He's like, he waxed poetic about how to specialize in magic would be to actually give yourself a weakness. That all magic, the mastery of all magic, would be better than specializing in a particular type. It's a boring argument amongst wizards that hasn't been resolved. It's just one of those things.
Yeah, I imagine it never will be. So, is he known for any? Does he have a signature spell that we might know of?
Yeah, give me a knowledge arcana. Let's see if Barnabas knows anything about Bargle.
I will roll on this one because I'm feeling gambly.
Bad time.
Not time to gamble.
Well, this is a good time to gamble.
35. You know what? I'm going to add a inspiration point. So, plus 4, 39.
Okay, and we'll make it an even 40 because Chaga, or 41 because Chaga has met the man before and can kind of verify some of the things. You know who Bargle is? There's some curious things about Bargle. Bargle's like, I wouldn't say a household name wizard, but he's definitely known in Foundry in these parts. In fact, he's referred to as Bargle the Infamous, and he has a much more troublesome reputation than his power.
Okay.
Like, you don't think he's more powerful than Belafont, but you're now recounting at least, well, you didn't really know much about Belafont. Half a dozen stories of him getting into trouble and using magic to screw people over.
Okay.
Like a regional. I wouldn't say hero. I wouldn't say anti-hero. A regional villain.
Personality. Yeah.
Personality, but like not with a good reputation, but not like horrible, vile reputation.
Okay.
There are probably bounties out there. May not be the Imperium bounties, but they're probably personal grudges by many people out there. He seems to get into trouble, and
Barnabas is thinking to himself, "That might be me someday."
Yeah. With the 40, thinking about all the trouble that you've gotten into, there are too many stories about Bargle.
Okay.
There's Bargle the Apprentice at the Belfont Tower, and then there was Bargle on how he was involved somehow in a big train wreck that just happened to have Imperial Bank shipment in it. And then there was Bargle in some sort of scandal in some high court wedding involving the fall of a famous opera singer. There was Bargle in, there's just too many. Like, he's involved in everything around here.
Yeah, Barnabas doesn't want to fight Bargle. He wants to meet him and take him for a beer. Tell me some stories, dude. That's awesome.
Right.
We are requested to bring him here.
Because of your high roll, you're pretty sure that you're the one piecing together all the stories. Like, there isn't like a book out there, the stories of Bargle, because he's like he's a living person. But you're starting to see, like, how is he involved in all these things if he's not Yeah, there's something odd going on.
Okay. There's something odd about the man's reputation.
Oh, he acts more like a sorcerer, I suppose.
What do you mean?
Flamboyant, personality. But he's definitely a wizard.
Well known. Wizards tend to be buttoned down, quiet type. This one gets into. Well, he does what we do, quite frankly. He's just been doing it longer.
You're not aware of any of the stories of Bargle that tie him to the Belafonte or any of this adventuring party, though. This is what's weird.
But he's supposed to be the apprentice of the elf woman?
No, he's supposed to be the apprentice of Belafonte.
Belafonte.
Oh, right. Okay.
He's supposed to know where the elf woman is hiding.
Yep.
All right. Okay.
So
and he's surrounded by probably bandits and swamp folk.
Yes, there was mention that there's minions in this castle.
Yeah, knowledge, nature, I suppose. What kind of sentient, perhaps tribal folk live in the marsh area?
You would get the folk that would have been pushed. We talked about this last game. You get the folk that would have been pushed to the edges because it's not well policed.
Right. So yeah, no, that's right. No bogards or.
The swamps weren't big enough to have indigenous groups of lizardmen or bogards or anything like that.
All right, that's good news for us.
Yes. So no one here knows this man well enough to get us through to him.
I've met him before. He was on his way out when I arrived.
He is the sort we might be able to get an audience if we just start with flattery.
That would be best. It is best to take out a wizard and then fight his minions, then have the wizard attack you while fighting his minions.
We're supposed to get information from him. What do you mean, take him out?
Bring him here. Well,
if that's how we ought to handle it, and Chuck glances to Barnabas.
Well,
let's start with the talking.
Malithist wanted him brought here.
Too bad it's 3 days. I might have to cook something on the road.
Yeah, I imagine, unless you want a heart attack to Hawaii.
I'm sure there's something I can prepare beforehand. Maybe some cookies.
Yeah, cookies are a good idea, mate. I like that.
These would be cookies for Bargle, not cookies for you.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Don't be selfish. I was gonna share. I was gonna go to the liquor store and get some whiskey. Do you want some whiskey? He pulls out a flask and starts shaking it.
It's a bit early for that, don't you think?
Let's see. It is 30 seconds to drinky time. Let's go early.
Always enjoying yourself. Good. You look better than before.
Yeah, I'm not diseased. It's a big help.
So when do we plan on leaving?
Well, we'll collect some rations, whatnot, double check the horses, carriage, make sure we have no accidents on the way. Then we'll be off.
Ew.
I don't want to dawdle with the master waiting on this.
Well, I guess I'll make some pan-fried cakes.
Oh, with the chocolate chips and sea salt, it adds so much to it.
Yeah, I can make pancakes, I suppose.
It's not the same, but okay.
You can put lots of things in pancakes.
Yeah, I put dirt in mine. It's delicious.
See? palette for different folks.
It's different when you just drop it on the floor and eat it. It's not considered adding ingredients, you fool. Eh.
Yeah, the 5 count rule and all that.
Yeah, he eats it off the ground by the count of 5. I don't think that qualifies.
To each his own.
All right, so you guys, Chaga is collecting ingredients while the rest of you check on the horses.
It's also why you don't tell him I want these floors clean enough to eat off of, because they already are.
Let's put you guys into the cart.
Why does Mort eat trash?
Because Mort's just gross.
Okay.
He is one of those people who walks to the beat of his own drum, and his drum is filthy.
Grackle, are you on top of the cart, or are you in the back?
Actually, one of the rats does literally eat trash and gains temporary hit points from it.
Right,
Mort has tried it. It was too much for him.
Junker's driving the Dune family carriage. 3 days out of the city. It is the middle of summer, so weather may not be a concern.
Does Grackle ride inside the carriage like a civilized folk, or does he ride atop like a Yahoo?
I'll ride inside.
Okay, so he's
It's a long ride.
Why?
It's windy up here.
sitting inside with Chaga and Barnabas, and there's enough room that you guys can have 4 corners of the carriage. The funerary urn between Chaga and Grackle.
The funerary urn is really robust, right?
Yep. It's also inside of a padded backpack, but he opens it up and you can see the top of it.
It probably wouldn't survive a thundering attempt, though.
Yeah, that might be.
We've dropped it and it hasn't broken, but no one's deliberately tried to smash it.
We haven't played football with it yet.
Yeah, we've rolled it around in combat, but we haven't played football with it. All right, I think it's a time for some random encounter rolls. You've got 3 days on the road. Let's say the first one is 10% because, the city's dangerous. We'll say 15, 20, and 20. There are no random encounters. All right, you spend some time leaving the city. You travel down some roads heading to the south. There's a place called Junction Town that means you've gone too far. You eventually follow some peat miners' tracks, and then are definitely kind of riding over like sheep-grazed moorlands, heading towards the coast. It's a bit of a bumpy ride on the 3rd day. And I'm going to move your miniatures to a new map. Visible.
What's it called? Ruins. Okay.
Okay. Give me a knowledge geography check or a survival.
Barnabas will take 10 on the geography, and that gives him 29.
Okay, Barnabas, you're able to provide directions to this place.
You speak Nizumi, correct?
I do, yes.
All right, you're near the coast. The building that you see from afar is a crumbling keep with outer walls. It is situated kind of atop a gentle rise in the land, giving it, at least at one time, a really good sight of the surrounding land. Let's see what time of day you arrive. You arrive on the scene late afternoon. The sun is hanging low in the sky, or lower in the sky, and you guys are traveling from... the sun is in your eyes at this point. Nope,
Okay.
the other way. The sun is at your back.
Is it our back? Okay.
Yep.
Good.
The shadows are long, and you're sort of approaching this place on a diagonal. Let me move you guys down a little bit. And you can see gentle slopes up towards the outer walls of the keep. The walls look like they've got holes, perhaps through disrepair or maybe ancient cannon fire. And then to give you a sense of where the keep is, it does look like the keep has crumbled down to a single floor only. That definitely looked like it suffered from some sort of siege long ago. There are noticeable fire trails coming from several spots, like there are campfires within the what is it called?
Within the grounds.
Sure. There's a specific word for the
Courtyard.
the courtyard.
Court,
Yeah.
I think. But
And there's also a little bit of smoke rising from the keep itself. There may be a cook fire or something going on inside the keep. There are some untended herds of sheep and goats nearby that you can just see like mingling off to the side of the keep. Like somebody must tend to them. And let me give you guys a perception check.
are there any torches?
It's like 4 p.m.
Or like, does it look like there are any torches that are on the wall or whatever that they would light? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Nope.
nope? Okay.
There could be inner workings to the walls. There are a set of doors that look like they have been repaired at the center of the keep's walls, and there might be a walkway atop some of the walls that are that is shaky and ruinous, but perhaps still serviceable to anyone brave to get up there. The keep walls are about, I don't know, almost 20 feet tall, and you could barely see the crumbling bits of the outer walls are 20 feet tall, and you could barely see the roof and some of the walls of the keep itself. It does look like the keep is built into the side of a hill. As that hill gets kind of rocky, you're probably not going to be able to drive you're definitely not going to be able to drive your wagon up that hill. Climbing might be an issue, but it's really unpassable terrain with your current mode of transportation. And then
Okay.
perception checks. Mort notices there might be movement along this section of the wall. You thought you saw a shape. It was small, like your size, kind of like maybe look between two of the battlements in the crenellation of the wall.
Hey, there's a little guy up there.
The shape
Hey,
didn't.
like
The shape
Junker. Do you see the little guy?
Junker was busy driving the horses, and Ghost was just watching throughout the wilderness. Your tracking is herds of sheep keep the grasses very, very trimmed in these parts.
And shit laden.
Yep, little shit patties and
Sweet.
All right, this little guy knows we're coming. Yeah.
He probably does now.
You're still a good distance away, and it doesn't look like they're...
Is there something we could like stoosh the cart behind, like a bluff of trees or something like that?
Yeah, let me see. 6, there's perfect cover for you to move the thing behind. 1, it's just like you're on a
Wide open.
You're wide open plain. Hey, look at that.
Perfect.
There is a copse of trees where, collectively, each individual tree would not provide enough cover because the goats have eaten away any foliage that has gone down low. But there's enough of the trees that that you could just ride behind.
There's a little parking spot.
There's still at least 700 or 800 feet between you and the front door that you'd have to cross, but you could at least pull your wagon up to here and get out.
Tie the horses to the tree.
Okay.
Dill hitch to the wagon. And could we get this? Could we take the time to orient this thing so that leaving is convenient?
Yeah, it's actually pretty smart.
Just in case we have to, beat a hasty retreat.
Yeah, you wheel the wagon around. And
This is no time for an 8-point turn with horses.
Yeah, you've got the horses close to the tree line, but the wagon, at least you can roll down the hill.
Away,
yeah.
We can GTFO.
All right, you guys are taking your time as you're collecting up. It does. Let me see. Does anyone have trap sense?
Grackle does. But I think, like most people have it.
So,
like the rogue power.
Trap finder.
Trap sense, the ones that give you a bonus to AC and reflex.
No, I meant trap finder. It's trap spotter for those that aren't looking.
Actively looking.
Yeah.
No.
So, let me see.
Ghost might. Yeah.
Ghost has trap spotter. Yeah, ghost.
I have trap finding.
Okay. Ghost notices that when you're lashing the ropes, he kept Junker from getting his foot caught into a bunch of snares, and then you start seeing them all over the place. Whoever lives here has trapped the hell out of this copse of trees. It looks like most of the traps are to catch birds, small mammals, and maybe lizards.
So like hunting size, like little.
Yep, but it's almost like every tree's got one, or multiple. But you do begin to spot here and there where, if you wandered up to the trees to go get the stuff in the traps, there are maybe half a dozen bear traps that are rusting in and open in this copse of trees.
Cool. All right, I guess we'll be taking our time getting up to the tower.
Hunt many traps.
Yeah, it's
And a surprise points at like a bear trap that's just hanging up.
Yeah, there's like
a face level bear trap.
Why? Mort looks at it and goes, that would hurt. All right, let's just assume the path up to the castle is trapped, shall we?
Just a quick question, Marty. Could Grackle have done camouflage? Takes about an hour to prep for terrain. I don't know if the terrain has changed over the.
You can now. Sure.
Is anybody here need dark vision, or we all have it?
No.
Chaga is human.
We have humans. We have more humans.
Barnabas is human.
Oh yeah, it's the other group that doesn't require it.
Ghost and Junker, I believe, are low light.
They have dark vision.
Dark vision? Okay.
Nezumi are at least
Alistair,
thought they were.
Alistair has dark vision, and Mort, I believe, has dark vision. Because no,
Mort's
has
low
low
light.
light. Okay, so there's a mix. Grackle, you know this because you've.
Yep.
At nighttime in the castle, not everybody we have candles and shit.
Yep.
It's not, okay. No. If people are ready to go, I'm not going to make it. If we're going to wait around, I will.
There's a terrifying group of them that can see in the dark, though.
Bad stuff happens to you. Yeah.
Oh, should I get loose out? Aha! Quiet, loose.
Haha.
What are we doing? Something in the trees? No, we're sneaking up on a castle. All right.
Quiet.
Yeah, it's getting dark. We're looking for traps. Everything around here is trapped. Let's assume the path is trapped as well.
Okay.
You have a unique advantage in perhaps finding these traps, if that's something you can do.
He shrugs.
Going into the ground, perhaps.
Oh, you think there are traps in the ground? All right. He goes into the
Or
ground.
just underneath it, perhaps.
Just lots of
Covered
roots
in
and bugs
dirt.
here.
Sure, whatever.
You know, there's a lot of bugs that we don't see. Well, I can see them now, but...
Where are these bugs? Just in the ground?
Junker's looking interested in what Los is saying.
Yep. Oh, they're all around here. Worms and little ants and things. Beetles. I think they're beetles. They look like beetles.
Alright. Are these beetles going to attack us in any way?
No, I'm just saying. When I looked into the earth, there's lots of bugs in there.
Knowledge.
Okay.
Nature. Is he describing fertile ground, or is he because he's a city boy, or is he?
Yeah.
You told him to take a look under the ground, and he's just remarking that there's a lot of
Gosh,
bugs.
this place is alive.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a fucking swamp, dude.
Huh.
Biome. Okay.
Los, will you be able to find traps in front of us so we can move a little faster?
Sure.
Yeah.
He does not.
That would require you going ahead of us.
Okay. Lead the way.
No. See, you're not understanding if that's your last comment. You lead the way.
Ghost and Junker are sneaking up onto the castle, and what everybody else is doing, they are basically.
All right. Are they going to sneak through the overly trapped copse of trees?
I think we're going to go around the copse of trees.
Okay. So they're sneaking along the edge. You convince Los to go into the ground and pop his head out every once in a while, and you're kind of following as he's going.
Looking for landmines.
Yeah, you can see like a bit of the grass dying in places where Los
Every
is
time
going.
he pops up.
and as you get to from here to here, you realize that you're making a line that might be visible to somebody looking.
On the other hand, it's a line we know we can follow because he's checked that area.
Yeah.
Yep. Chaga also has to stay close, and Chaga's in his full plate and has his tower shield on his back. And
Barnabas will go just ahead of Chaga, and he'll be looking for traps at the same time, just in case Los misses any.
Okay, feels like there's a marching order. Grackle, are you sneaking with the Nezumi, or are you marching in a big dumb line?
These guys.
Note this the dumb line for the dum-dums.
Well, it's actually pretty smart, but it's gonna look stupid in a minute.
I'm gonna go with the rats.
Okay. All right, so Lo's popping his head out of the ground every once in a while, and then the rats plus Grackle sneaking.
The groundskeeper's gonna be so mad at you.
Goats. Adam, what's your stealth?
Did you have to walk in the shape of genitals? Honestly.
Yeah, there's going to be a very easy trail for someone to like follow you back to where you stooshed your wagon. All right.
Horses.
I didn't roll yet.
Plus 17 is the lowest. Do you need to roll stealths? I'm going to just ask about how good our stealth is.
Oh, my stealth is a plus 23.
Okay.
Yeah, between checking for traps and following Los, I don't think there's much reason for stealth here. I think you guys are just trying to carefully cross the field.
Yeah, they're gonna notice us.
Whereas the other group is separating a little bit and trying to get a little bit closer. Okay.
Well, they also don't need. They can basically stealth at whatever the stealth speed is.
Yep.
Because they don't need to like actively check the traps.
I'm not.
And the other party's gonna need light soon anyway.
There's stuff here from the other map, so I'm just gonna kind of have you guys approach from another end.
Have a little warp.
Yep. Are you allowing the stealthers to get ahead?
This is a question. This is a question for the non-stealthers because the stealthers are just going.
Yep, that's actually me.
Is Los's group allowing the stealthers to like? You could see them bounding, but they're keeping low and like they're going.
Yeah, that's fine. And
all right, so this group makes it all the way to the castle wall. One thing that you notice amongst the rubble of the wall, which is quite old, like these walls have toppled down or have been cracking and breaking for some time. Like there's moss that has grown over some of the detritus. There's a lot of garbage. This tower also has a lot of white ick that has over a long period of time oozed out of it. It looks like buckets upon buckets of bird poop.
Does the garbage include foodstuffs?
The garbage does include what look like the bones of birds and little beasts that might have been trapped. Goats. There is a rotting goat carcass.
Ghost is going to eat, or not ghost. Not ghost. Junker is going to eat some.
Okay, so you eat some of the garbage. You can hear along this wall something moving in this tower, like maybe in the upper floor or maybe maybe on the ground floor. Something kind of shifting a little bit. Might sound like a weird stretch of leather, a snort, maybe a scratch of a talon. You do hear some raspy and higher pitched conversation going on, and from the smell, it smells like some sort of meat is being cooked over a like a coal bed.
We can't tell the language yet, right?
There are things making noises, and it sounds like language.
That sounded like goblin meat.
Is it goblin or Nagaji or Draconic?
It is Draconic.
What are they saying?
They're arguing over portions, and there seem to be more than 6 voices.
So, if I understand correctly, drinking is quiet, but casting is loud.
Yep.
So, I think we're gonna drink a mutagen.
Yeah, Grackle's going. There's 6 inside. I don't know how to say draconic.
Well, Ghost speaks Draconic, so he can hear.
Ghost knows. Yeah, Ghost speaks Draconic.
Okay, okay, good.
And Ghost mimics, like, he doesn't think dragons with Draconic because there are no dragons. He thinks kobolds. Like, Draconic means little humanoids. Little shit stains.
You might have identified them. Ghost does know where there's one kobold. There's like 50 of them, like that.
It's like rats.
Yeah,
they're not like rats. They're kobolds. Okay, how hard would it be to climb this wall?
This wall, with all of its cracks and age, probably DC 20 climb check to climb the wall.
Well,
Barnabas and the others are just picking their way closer. They're using they're using a bit of the they're kind of approaching using a little bit of the terrain to guard their path. This particular copse of trees has, it looks like the kobolds have made art out of a lot of the carcasses that they've hunted, as there are these dozens of Blair Witch looking like stick art with bones of birds mixed in, and just some of them are tinkling in the wind, some of them are actual wind chimes or wind flutes. It's creepy. You can see an old pair of doors that might have been the old front doors to the keep. The ones that are here are relatively freshly built. And there might be another campfire at the far part of this wall. Los is, let's see, 1 in 6 chance. Los comes across a pit trap. He does not.
You'll find that one.
Nope. You guys have made it all the way up to here, behind this copse of trees, and then I'm going to roll a perception check for something.
My climb check ain't too good.
So I was just taking a peek. Ghost is going to climb with a grappling hook and rope. Is what he'll attempt, but
okay. Are you doing this stealthily or not?
Oh, stealthily.
Okay.
This is stealthily. So, well, he's going to attempt to climb and then to place the grappling hook. For
I see. Okay.
He's not going to ting a grappling hook up there. He's going to climb up there.
DC 20 climb check, and then the stealth check.
Come on, rat boy. 29! Climb champ.
Yeah, boy.
That was a high-risk thing.
So Ghost climbs up to here, and he's hiding between the two big blocks of the crumbling wall, an old crenellation. And you see a little bit further into the courtyard. The courtyard is indeed the fertile ground of kobolds camping in it. It looks like they've been here for some time. You can see them along the walls. There are 2 that are just standing behind a defensive position along that wall. There are a couple that are walking near or actually 4 of them. 2 of them that are walking near the front gates. Another couple along the walls. 2 of them near doors that lead into the keep. It looks like these doors have been at least repaired. And then another group of them squatting around a low campfire of embers.
Do any have funny hats or banners or headdresses or?
They do not look like they are. None of them look like they have funny hats like that stick out from the others. They are armed with slings, spears, leather armor, maybe the odd buckler.
Okay, we're gonna stay hidden, drop a rope for the other guys to climb up, and we're just gonna see what happens.
Yeah, these 2 kobolds seem to be less concerned about guarding and more about playing some sort of rock, paper, scissors.
Ghost is thinking about rock, paper, scissors, arrow.
It's more like these kobolds are more interested in dinner time than really guarding. You can't blame them. There wasn't a lot that you came across on the way here.
Sheep.
Yeah,
All we saw was sheep.
Sheep. You now probably know who tends to the sheep near the castle, or maybe they killed a shepherd and just let the sheep roam around free. You're not sure. They're definitely not doing anything.
Just go and pick up the sheep once in a while for food, right? They go grab one and.
They're not doing anything wrong. The two that are standing near the doors here are the only two that look like they are on alert.
Okay.
Like they're standing there with their spears in their hands, and they look like they're guarding.
Okay, we're gonna just stay. We're gonna try to get the rope down so the other guys can come climb up. And
okay, Barnabas and the other group have collected themselves behind this copse of trees filled with a little kobold art. There's just a lot. It just looks like they dump the garbage outside their walls. There's a lot of it.
It wasn't very earthy or very nutrient dense. I wrote minimum hit points, so it wasn't the best garbage.
All right,
rotten garbage.
Bargle and Joker are able to climb up with a wall against with a rope against the wall. It's like a DC 5 climb.
Okay, as long as one isn't auto failure, we're good.
Grackle, how's your climb? I know you're not very strong.
What's the bonus?
It's a DC 5.
Oh, I have a +5.
Okay, so Grackle needs rope, and then your stealth.
Yes.
Your stealth as you're getting to the top of the wall.
Okay. My stealth is 39.
Okay.
34 and 34.
All right, ninjas. All right, so the three of you are like crouched along the top of the wall, just observing what is going on. At one point, you do see a kobold or two, actually two of them, start to approach this area. They look a little bit cautious. They do like go up to a crack in the wall, and you know, as one of them starts tapping the crack, and the other one just kind of throws like a half-cooked rabbit towards the crack, and you see this big, ugly mouse-like snout upside down stick its face through the crack and grab the rabbit. Let me get a token for that.
Oh, where was this?
It's where all the white poop has been leaking out of the leaking out.
Oh, damn.
The bat-like creature hanging upside down is about the size of a riding horse, and it does have straps and maybe even a saddle on it. But it sticks its head out and eats a rabbit. The kobolds go.
Anyone else picturing an alchemist riding a bat dropping bombs on us? Because I am right now.
I'm also imagining it. Also getting shat upon.
Yes, also that.
Okay. It goes back into its little hidey hole. This outer group does not see that. It's just the group that is playing ninja along that wall does see the creature. The kobolds go scrambling away from it and return to the embers.
The north side of this building. What does this building look like?
It is the upper parts of the keep have long crumbled away onto the floor that might have been there, and it doesn't look like there's any way in.
It looks like, and this goes all the way along.
This goes all the way along to the cliff-like rocks. You might be able to climb around it.
Oh, okay. So, this is a cliff. So there's no like.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I think we're gonna pull our rope.
Oh, sorry. That was a cliff or a mountain?
It's like a steep cliff going up this way. You can hear the ocean nearby. It's almost like they built the keep so that part of it is somewhat guarded from the ocean, but that they could still, if the castle was taller, look towards the ocean.
Got you.
And
Okay.
When the ships probably fired their cannons, they weren't able to actually touch this this main floor.
Junker is going to set his grappling hook on the other side to go into the courtyard.
Okay, where?
So we have got one here and one here.
All right, I'll put a little dot down.
So that we have a escape.
Grappling hook there. And where are you coming down?
Just to the other side.
Okay.
We've made a very inconvenient sort of bridge.
Very, very brave ninjas. They're like, we're not going to do it around the corner. We're going to do it in their face.
Well, I think we're going to sit here and wait till the loud guys distract them.
Yeah, all right. Ooh, very interesting art they've got here.
Well, it's not uncommon for. Could I recognize what culture this is by the art? Because I don't think I've seen any kobolds.
This would be a knowledge local. Do you have, and it's foundry. So this would tell you if this group of kobolds.
It's from foundry?
It has presence in foundry. Yep.
All right, I'll take 10 and I get 34.
Okay, you discern that these kobolds, it is a hodgepodge and mix of kobold cultures and clans. By the fact that they don't seem to have even their art put together, you're kind of picturing the outcasts and not best of their tribes.
Okay.
Kobolds are really numerous as well. It may be that this collection of kobolds has gathered together out of a sense of survival as opposed to being specifically from one tribe.
All right, looks like we got kobolds.
But you're seeing at least kobolds from 6 different major tribes.
Multi-tribal organization here. Hence all the traps make sense. I will go first and attempt to establish diplomatic relations.
Oh, perhaps Los, you should go back into the urn so that you could be a surprise when things go wrong. Right. So if you call me out, start stabbing.
Hold on. What do you mean when?
We're here to kill kobolds, aren't we?
No. No, I'm talking about you, Chaga. When things go wrong, implying I will not get this right.
Oh, yes. Well, I thought you were going to make things go wrong. It's a sense I got from... Why did we send them... Everything is going to go all right, Los. You will likely not be called upon. Just go back inside, because your presence is...
Yes, you will likely not be called upon. We will likely not need your services.
We're going to kill them all.
Shut up. I mean, all that being said, be ready. Mort, you might want to get big right now and drink your juicy juice. He looks at them sheepishly and casts a mage armor.
Chug is touching the top and talking to Los. Yeah, I just told him to cast his spells as well. Los will cast his mage armor. Yeah, it's already off. Okay. Alright, so you cast a few spells. There are a couple of kobolds about 100 feet away. They are distracted, and you are making noise. Whoa, why do I have a magnifier up? Stop that. 100 feet minus 10. Okay, they do not hear your quiet spellcasting.
Okay. Barnabas will make his way around. I don't know why he's going way the fuck over there. Oh, that's why.
Okay, there is
does he notice this? Is that a hole in the wall there?
There is a bit of a break in the wall. Yeah, there is also closed doors that look functional and well oiled. And then some old doors that have been trashed and pulled off to the side.
Okay, so these doors here look like they're in use.
Yep.
All right, you'll go up to the doors then. Indrachronic, hello, hello.
Okay. I'm going to go 1 in 4 chance you fall into a pit trap because the kobolds don't use the doors that often. We'll say 1 is bad. 2, all right, you seem to come from the
know
side.
How close you were.
Standing right next to it. 1 more step forward.
Hello. There's a pebble that drops from the crenellation to your right as you're facing towards the doors, and you can see a kobold head pop over the corner, and then he disappears, and another kobold head pop over the corner. Different kobold looks down at you.
Hello.
He pops
Let's
back,
see Bargle.
and there seem to be a bunch of chirps and whistles, and more chirps and whistles, and you get the sense that the entire courtyard is being alerted. Crackle, Ghost, and Junker can see, yep, there are little whistles that they make, and they all scramble to grab their weapons.
Okay, is anybody grabbing a different kind of weapon than the other ones?
Spears and slings.
Okay.
And they're heading towards the gap.
Okay.
These 2 stay at the doors, but they disappear a little bit further in. These 2 are scrambling towards the others that are then coming over, and they seem to, like, gain strength in numbers, or at least bravery in numbers, as they join that group. You can hear Barnabas yelling something about Bargle.
Okay, I think the stealthy group is going to wait for these kobolds to get closer to the gap and then sneak into the courtyard.
Okay.
Yep.
They seem to get into positions, like they don't go running outside. None of them go into the lair where the giant bat is in. But they seem to wait. These 2 are sneaking along the top and do get in positions of cover. They've got slings in their hands, and they're waiting. 1 kobold out of this group does make his way to the 2 at the guard station, and they're having a quick conversation.
Okay, we try to get ourselves to that corner if we can.
Okay, so a stealth check from this group.
Sneaky, 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 sneak. Snick. The worst is a 21 thus far. Distance.
Yeah, distance is a problem. Okay, so you guys have made your way across the gap down the wall. Do you speak Draconic, Barnabas?
I do, yes.
He said Bargle. Yes. It could be trick.
It's not a trick.
Yeah. He said not a trick. Yes, but that is what he said. Yeah. Okay. Do we talk? I don't know. Try to get them to move over a bit. Yeah. We need to bring Bargle treasure. Offering. Yeah, these.
You see the head pops out again. Gives you guys a look over.
They've got stuff. What to bring you to see Bargle?
Treasure.
He says he has treasure. Leave treasure at gate and go.
No, it's special delivery.
He said delivery. Maybe treasure heavy. show us treasure. Yeah, good idea.
He pulls out a coin, casts light on it. Woo, magic!
Magic. What's your name? Good question.
It is the mighty Barnabas,
Barnabas.
apprentice to Bellefonte.
He must be important. Yes, sound of name starts the same. How do you know Bargle?
I don't. My master knows Bargle.
Master? Bargle does not have no master.
My master knows Bargle. Fuck, open the fucking doors!
Leave treasure and go. We deliver. We tell Bargle that you bring treasure. Barney, bring treasure.
No, I'm gonna walk away with the treasure, send a letter to Bargle saying you told me to leave with the treasure.
You should leave that way.
And they're pointing down the road.
No, how about I leave the way I came?
It doesn't sound like diplomacy is going very well. Perhaps you should reinforce the treasure thing. They're all chattering.
All right, we're leaving treasure. He's leaving like a bag of like rations on the ground. There's your fucking treasure, full of magic.
Leave more.
Well, do you have treasure?
No, we give it to Bargle. Master always
Well,
saves
why would
good
I
treasure.
give it to you? You'll probably steal it. You have no treasure of your own. He picks it up.
No, leave it there.
No, I don't understand what you're trying to say.
All right, open gate.
Check for traps in front of me.
All right, so you can hear
you
can hear the kobolds yelling down to open the gates. They remove a bar, and then they're pulling open these big doors.
Hey, Barnabas is checking right in front of him for a trap.
Like right in front of the gate.
Yeah, because fuck, that's where I'd put it.
Barnabas has trap spotter, correct?
He does not have trap spotter.
Got it.
He can got trap finding.
Got it.
No, I can actually make the roll, I suppose.
Okay, the kobolds stay on the far sides of the door as they pull them open. You
Okay.
poke around a little bit with your cane, whatever. There's no trap in the immediate area of the door.
All right. He steps through.
Okay.
All right, lads, before they close it behind me.
Mort small.
Mort is small right now. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you walk in. The kobolds begin to close the gate.
Okay. It's not like we don't know there's a giant hole in the wall over here. So.
Okay. They spend a few moments closing the gate. They put the bar back onto the gate. These kobolds are now scrambling down like rope ladders that they've set up for themselves. This group has begun to slink along the rocks from their original position. These two seem to guard the gap. The ones that were talking to you, the ones that seem to be in charge of diplomacy, are sending now signals to these guys, and they're all like nodding like they're ready to do something.
Okay.
Quick question. How high is this Marty?
It's about 15 feet up.
You show us treasure.
Yeah, no, I fucking lied to you. I've got no treasure.
No treasure.
No, but we do have a message for Bargle.
That seems to stop them from whatever devious scheming they were obviously doing.
But it is for Bargle.
What do you want?
To deliver my message.
Tell us. Or give us message we bring to Bargle.
Alright, tell him Belafont's got an offer.
Belafont has offer. Is that it?
That's all the message you're going to get. I'll wait here for your response.
Come this way.
They're coaxing you forward.
Barnabas is looking back at the others like, no, you fucking come too.
These two kobolds look really nervous as it looks like they're ready to pull open the doors. This kobold is moving away.
Barnabas will step back too.
Come on, human! Come on, human! Stupid human, come closer!
Thanks, motive.
Yeah, they're luring you into a trap. they're like plus zeros on their scores.
Yeah. Yeah, where's Belafont? Because he's
Now
not
we give
there.
message, Belafont offer. That's it. No treasure.
Yeah, he's not through there.
These two yell and they go scrambling to either side, and they're yelling in Draconic, "Kill the messenger!" And the doors are now opening.
No, fuck, of course.
And we'll roll initiative. There is a strange menagerie of things that are pouring through the door. First are some rotten corpses of what look like past messengers. and people that are shambolic and start moving forward, and then crawling along the roof is just a horrible bug with a bunch of tentacles. Like it is disinterested in the shambolic creatures, but very interested in the creatures outside.
Okie doke.
All right, initiative.
Sounds like initiative to me.
Let's go to B team.
So, I think the rats are just gonna hang out and watch the show. Once all the monsters are out of that entrance, we'll go sneak inside and take a look around for treasures.
Yeah, I'll let you guys do that while I go and face tank some of these things.
It might just be funny to watch Barnabas run around for a bit.
Crackle and rats, you sons of bitches!
Of this, but they seem confident.
I think the rats are going to try to maintain surprise. Now, if shit goes sideways, then obviously they're going to have to come out and help, or run away.
Depending which side it goes in the way.
How sideways? Are we talking we put like one wheel in the ditch, or are we like did a triple axle and a Lutz into the lake? Like, you know what I mean? You muted Marco, assuming it's hilarious.
Where's our initiative? There we go.
I don't think Barnabas likes being that close to the enemy.
No, he does not. He is in the exact opposite position he'd prefer to be. However.
That's fine.
Actually, it's hard to say. Those zombies probably are slow, and that's a lot of kobolds on the other side. So
You have a stick, right?
yes, he has a stick. He hits people with a very fancy stick.
I don't know if you could, like, I think without spells, those zombies kill you because you can't hurt them.
Yes, well, yes, without spells, yes, the zombies kill me. I cannot harm the zombies. I can punch them all day. Not gonna kill them.
Interesting. Alistair is the first one to react. I think he is drawing his kukri as one action. He's gonna cast Long Arm. And wheels around towards the kobolds. Ghost.
Ghost is going to ready a attack if something looks like it's going sideways, but he's going to maintain his height.
Okay. Los is still in the urn. Grackle.
All right. The Gracklmeister is going to. He doesn't know what's coming out. What is Barnabas' reaction? Because that's all I can gauge. I'm like, ooh, what's his face? What's his face?
It's more like disturbed disgust instead of panic. Like I don't want to be here. Like someone who's being forced to unplug a toilet when it's not their mess. Like
That's such a good description.
Okay. He's gonna wait. He's gonna delay.
Okay, Junker.
Delay. I don't really have. I'm just gonna wait and see what comes out. Kind of decide what to do.
Junker. Ahmed. Or sorry, Adam.
Junker is maintaining a delay because he's going to wait for at least some fighting to happen before starting to cast, to not lose the stealth.
All right, something practically climbs.
Sorry, he's an alchemist. He feeds his rat a thing. Sorry, I forgot the alchemist part.
Yo.
He drinks a sea invisibility, just in case.
Okay, there's something that climbs along the ceiling, kind of over the zombies. It ignores them. It doesn't quite go after the kobolds that are hiding behind the now open doors, but it does go after one of the kobolds, as it's the nearest thing. And then tentacles lash out of the horrible creature's face. Touching the kobold. Sort of a wet slap of the kobold, and the kobold falls over stiff as a board.
Huh.
Tentacles writhing. The touch of that creature seemed to paralyze the kobold itself. A second crawling beast simply emerges from the darkness of the room and can be seen inside. Barnabas.
Barnabas is going to skedaddle over here. And bok. And he's going to... I think he'll just cast a shield spell right now.
Okay, Chaga's going to tap on the funerary urn to summon a Los. Oh, that happened pretty early.
Well, sometimes diplomacy is just not to be.
Chaga's going to take out his tower shield. It's 2 actions. And then his third action is to take out his Abyssal Steel Masterwork pick. The heavy abyssal steel pick. Mort.
Mort gets big.
There's a bunch of kobolds that are saying ogre.
And he will ready an action for something to approach. He'll attack it.
Okay. Mort has just made himself a target.
You certainly look like a target.
As these kobolds form sort of like a firing arc. Scrambling forward, it's like not one of them is brave enough to be ahead of their own line, and when one gets too far, like he dances back behind the others, and there's going to be a ton of stones being thrown Mort's way. That's 10, 13, 15. What's Mort's AC?
20. Oh, no, it's 30 right now.
Okay. One kobold falls over. And then gets back up. While the others... Oh, these are slings. Reload their slings. These two kobolds look like they're guarding. The two at the door are hiding behind the doors. This kobold is trying to get away. They are pretty quick movers. I believe they move at 30.
I think so too, yes.
Same with this kobold. The two of them go running around the corner to try to not be in the path of the monsters that come out of the front of the castle. There's no bat rider. The zombies begin to stumble forth. Arms outstretched. They, for whatever reason, are avoiding the big insect and begin to stumble towards Mort. There are AOs. They're lurching towards Mort. They don't get an attack this round, but you have combat reflexes?
You're muted, Mark, or at least you're muted. Like I don't hear you.
Oh, yes, sorry, he does.
Okay, so Mort's, after getting pelted with a bunch of stones, hey! He sees these things coming in, and they're moving in really slow, and they're not really guarding themselves very well, and you're just bashing them over the head one by one as they're coming in. Just
All
making
right, DR5 for them?
DR5, yeah.
Yeah, so after DR... Oh, so they take 27, 33, 24, and 25 respectively after DR.
Their skulls are being popped like putrid melons. They all make a big mess in the little roadway as they come stumbling in towards you. All right, I'm just gonna remove zombies from the list. Alistair, I think he's gonna. He doesn't have very many AoEs. I just realized. What is distracting cacophony? A loud noise making it difficult to cast spells. Interesting. He's going to cast See and Viz and take cover in Mort Square.
Oh, wise decision, I would say.
Okay, we're at the top of the round. All those are delayed. Are you continuing to delay, or is it just...
I'm going to take mine.
Okay.
I think the rats should just... They're the surprise. They're waiting to be the surprise. So... you can go ahead. It's up to you. You can go assassinate
Oh,
someone.
I just go strike that thing or go mess with those kobolds. Scatter them. But my AC sucks. It's not that good.
Kill the wizard's ride.
I'm going to wait till... you know what? I'm going to still wait. So...
Okay.
See, the real goal is to capture the wizard's ride, then sell it for...
Ghost, you're still readying in action?
Yep. They're going to protect
Los comes out of his jar. Ha! It seems to startle a bunch of the, oh no, the wrong way, Los! On guard! He goes and slashes at one of the kobolds at the end. Rolling a nat 1, of course. Would have hit. One action to get out, one action to move, one action to swing. He's done. Junker.
Junker is going to... I don't know if we need to resist energy, and the shield spells only last for 4 minutes. I have a feeling that we might still be sneaky through this. He will ready to feed his rat a shield potion if it appears we need one.
Okay. The carrion crawler thing. Oh, did Mort go last round? I think we skipped Mort and Chaga last round. No, Chaga tower shielded and...
Mort had to grow, didn't he?
Yeah, Mark grew and had a ready to action.
Yeah. Okay, the carrion crawler thing heads towards Mort. It can reach 10 feet with its tentacles.
That face. Okay, don't get paralyzed, bro.
AC 16 and AC 9.
Touch AC?
No, these are actual attacks.
Oh.
Like it's trying to slap
Okay,
you with the tentacles. And then the other one comes climbing out. It seems very agitated and eager. Mort's fighting with it as it's got one of its weird tentacles wrapped around your club, and you shrug it off. These insects are in your face, and they have at least 4 tentacles that are of combat size. And their jaws are... they're pretty munchy looking. You wouldn't want to stick your fingers in that. Barnabas.
He will start a bard yell.
Okay.
Fucking kill them! What's your fucking problem? They need to fucking die!
Alright. Oh, yes, I believe you're correct. Chaga is going to... Oh, let's see. He's got Hand of the Acolyte 7 times per day. So I think he's going to Hand of the Acolyte one of the kobolds. Nah, he's going to Hand the Acolyte one of the carrion crawlers because they look horrible. And his... adamantine, no, sorry, his abyssal steel heavy pick goes flying. Let's see, Hand of the Acolyte would be plus 10. Your Bard Song is a plus 2?
Plus 2, yeah.
And I think Chaga has point blank shot. Yeah, his second level of fighter. So that's cool. Hitting the big insect thing. Hand in the Acolyte. Oh, it does add wisdom damage. That's pretty cool. So that would be 4 plus point blank is 5 plus Bard Song. He does 13 damage to the creature.
Nice.
As erupting from his hand is his heavy pick that goes flying, business end over handle, into the creature. It makes a high-pitched squeal as it gets hit. Tentacles flying everywhere, and then the thing wrenches out of its carapace and goes flying back into Chaga's hand, just covered in gore. Looks like you're gonna have to do more squishy damage to stop the thing. However, next is Mort. Speaking of
Mort.
squishy damage,
It's going to buy something.
Mort is gonna murder something.
Bye.
All right, first attack, AC 27.
you're attacking the bugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, things that paralyze you are much worse than things that throw rocks. Next attack, AC 28.
Okay.
Plus, no. Oh, it's a crit miss, I'm sure.
Yeah, AC 21.
Do unarmed damage to self, non-lethal. Alright. He's large, so...
Let's do the damages first.
Hmm?
Let's do the damages first. You might have dropped them.
Oh, do the damages first? Alright.
Yeah.
28 plus 27. So the first hit does 37 points of damage on the one Chaga hit.
On the one that Chaga hit, okay, that...
Yeah.
They have 50 hit points, and you just did 50 hit points. Yeah, you got through its con exactly. So you squish its head in.
Alright. And then the other one, 32 points of damage.
32 points of damage. It is barely alive, but still moving. And then you tried to take
So
the
he would have
third
made
swipe.
the next attack, and...
You slip on some zombie guts.
Plus, what is my strength mod right now? Hang on.
And the vibration of your Tetsubo hitting the ground
Plus 11.
jars your arm for
12 non-lethal.
Cool.
I don't think that's cool.
No, as in
Yeah.
you're doing
As
more
a round,
damage to
yeah.
yourself than the enemies are. All right, these kobolds are reacting to Los. They're gonna defensively step back and then kind of move away to here, form a different line, and then they pelt Los with a bunch of non-magic stones. He's dancing around them. Ha ha! These kobolds are going to shift their line this way. And they can see Mort is definitely the problem here. Feels like they need to roll 20s to hit you. Okay, one kobold injures himself, the other one falls down. There is a screeching sound as it looks like a bat that was somewhere on the roof of the building amongst the rubble there with a rider has woken up and come to the edge of the building to see what the hell's going on. For those that are in this group, this one does look like it's differently armed. It has a bunch of little vials and we'll say an alchemist kit at its belt.
But of course.
Sorry, I was saying, yay!
So the bat kind of climbs with the like using its wings almost like as as feet as it crawls along the top of the wall, and it ends up there looking down. It screeches at the battle, and you can see this little kobold on its back drinking something. Alistair. Well, we got a kobold that thinks he's all... He has to be within 30 feet to Hex.
Command drop would be funny too.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
He does have Snowball and Ray of Enfeeblement. He's going to snowball the carrion crawler. Conjures a spell. A shard of ice goes flying at the creature. Is Snowball in a ranged
I think
attack?
it's a ranged touch.
Snowball is a ranged touch attack. There's two versions of the spell. They're both Pazio. I guess they had two parallel publishing streams.
Yeah, okay. We're just going to do the one that does damage for now. 5d6 damage. Cool.
I think the other one is damage and then save versus stagger.
Wham! Yeah, the shards of ice go flying into the creature's mouth, slicing off one of its eyes, and the creature just curls up into a giant oozy ball and expires. It poops a little. Remove the carrion crawlers. Grackle.
All right, it's time for Grackle to take the action. How high is that bat? Is it on top of the building?
Yeah, you can't see it from where you are, but you heard something crawling around up there, and there was a screech. And from the reaction, you probably saw Mort look up.
Well, I'm not up there.
DC 20 climb check.
No, not gonna happen.
That's DC 20 fall check that he'd be.
All I'm concerned with. Honestly, not concerned yet. Let's keep delaying.
Barnabas, you don't know where the Nitsumi and Grackle have, but you wonder why they haven't come out yet.
This is gonna cost you your fucking share.
Ghost, what are you doing?
Ghost is readying to attack something if it looks scary, if it gets seen out and about.
Okay. Los is just giving this group of kobolds fits. He goes flying towards them as stones are floating right through him. He stabs a kobold and it dies at the end of his ghostly blade. On guard! Junker?
Junker is going to... things are getting pretty interesting. He's going to drink a shield spell for himself.
I guess Los could have attacked again and kills another kobold. Okay, Junker is drinking his Alchemist Pharmacy. Barnabas?
Barnabas is just gonna move kind of over here.
Staying in Mort's shadow, where it's safe.
Yeah. And he is gonna cast blindness on the kobold riding the dire bat.
Fort or will, I forget.
That is a fort save.
Fort.
Okay.
DC 18.
Nat 1.
Well, that solves that problem.
Okay. You can see him clawing at his face.
Hey.
Chaga. Barnabas's giggle, or
Yes.
Oh, yeah, good going. Get out of here, says Chaga as he makes his flying makes his heavy pick fly again. It kills a kobold, and then the kobold's body half gets dragged towards him as the magic is causing the weapon returning to his hand.
Kind of gross.
He has to step on the kobold and pulls it back out. This seems to agitate them. With a bunch of their ambush destroyed, it does look like morale is starting to break. Now it's Mort's turn.
Giant bat. Can he reach the bat if he got over there?
Yeah, the bat's on a 15-foot tall lip of the building, lip of the roof.
Oh, he's like
so
10 feet tall.
you're 10 feet and you can reach 10. So yeah.
It means you can reach the kobold on top.
Yep. The kobold does not seem to react to Mort's approach, and is
but if I
scratching at
get
his
the
own eyes.
bat, then the bat's...
The bat hisses.
Mort
at
doesn't
you.
want the bat to come after people, basically. Smack at a bat, AC 21.
I think that hits. Let me check.
Bats usually have pretty trash AC until you put armor on them.
Yep.
Yep.
Even with the little bits of leather that is on this bat, AC 16, Mort's
Ooh,
club
that's not... Yeah.
busts into the snout of the bat,
For 33 points of damage.
knocking it into single-digit hit points with one strike. Crushing the side of its face. It's twitching angrily. This kobold gets up. These kobolds are moving for cover. These ones also see that there might be an opportunity to escape. These ones decide to move this way.
Into the murder zone.
I don't know if the AOOs go off, but they're running past Ghost and Junker and Grackle.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill him.
Okay, so Grackle, you get your 2 AOOs as 2 kobolds go by. You've got combat reflexes, right?
Yeah, let's confirm that.
Let's.
Huh. Reflexes that are combat-like. My 9th level character has it.
Okay, so no, you get 1 attack.
Yeah, 1 attack. All right. Okay.
You slice a kobold in half, and the other kobold kind of goes running through the spray of his companion that was in front.
That was a crit.
Yeah, just manages to kind of run through the chopped in half bits of his friend. There are little guts hanging off of him. He looks very frightened as he's running away from you.
I'll chase him. I'll chase and take him out.
Okay, so you're doing your.
I'll take my action.
Your action. Okay.
Say when I can take my action.
Yep, it's like you rolled -6 in initiative.
All right, just get up to him.
Okay,
And...
you charge out of the darkness and chase him down.
20?
Cutting down a kobold victoriously.
Yeah. I feel good.
His little tail goes flying, and you expose the back of his.
Actually, wait, there are other assholes over
column.
there. Yeah, well, let's just keep moving forward.
Okay, Grackle then. So you stride over, you attack, and you stride back.
They know we're here!
The Nizumi are still hiding. The Bat Rider is trying to drink a potion, which is an extract, so I don't think there's AOOs. Plus, there's the cover from the edge. The whole bat, however, starts to move down the wall, like at 5 foot steps down the wall, so it can bite Mort. And Morton is full plate. It just ends up kind of scratching against the plates. I guess it'll try again. Mart, you are invincible here. These foes are beneath you.
Okie doke.
Alistair feels a little... Well, you're making them... They're all running away. That's funny. Yeah, Alistair will just stand amongst the bug guts. He's poking at the bugs. Ghost, Los, and Junker. Oh yeah, these kobolds didn't move. They were running away from Los, trying to find some cover. These kobolds have definitely GTFO'd down there.
Ghost and Junker are sneaking towards the entrance.
Okay.
It appears that nothing else is spilling out, and Mort appears to be punching whatever, or batting whatever is the problem that we can't see.
Punny verb intended. Barnabas.
He looks at the two kobold skirmishers at the door.
Yeah, they've got the like they've pulled open the doors, and they're kind of hiding behind the doors, but they're sticking their snouts out and having a look. They look really nervous.
You two, now it's time to fuck off. And that in Draconic.
Yep. It looks like they're gonna listen to you. Chaga is gonna move to here and set his tower shield while yelling at them. Shoo! Get away from here! Go on! He's not interested in wholesale slaughter of kobolds. Mort.
Mort is going to finish the bat and then finish the rider.
Okay. As it's coming down under his armor, he takes a half step back, and then takes a wild swing with his.
Not 20.
Yeah, you brain the dire bat. It then comes tumbling down. Its rider, blind, takes 1 damage from the fall and is at your feet, prone.
Okay.
Still kind of hooked into the saddle of the bat.
If anyone was curious. Just curious, that would have been 139 points of damage.
So the bat doesn't have a head anymore. It just kind of got crushed.
All right,
and exploded.
and yeah, T20 plus 13 on the rider, AC 16 prone.
Prone and
blind.
Yep.
Oh,
And AC 27.
Both hits.
All right, so
He's still screaming from falling, and then you just take your
whack, whack.
blood and fur drenched club and start hitting
another
the back of the beast.
That'd be 71 damage total.
The first hit, there's sort of like this crumpled kobold still in the saddle. The second hit, the kobold's like disappeared. You're not sure where it went. 60 damage, 32,
71.
40, 71. So you dropped it to minus 31. There's a smush kobold somewhere. Mort does like pull his club back. You do see that there are little pops and fizzles, and like someone dropped a bunch of Mentos into a pop bottle. Like there's just a bunch of fizz coming out of like equipment. Yeah, you definitely smushed an alchemist. There's this one kobold lying next to you. He's looking really worried. You can see his eyes are moving, and he's just stiff as a board. It's the one that yelled, "Kill the messenger."
Our Barnabas is like, get that one.
I think combat is now done. These two kobolds listen to Barnabas and go running. And you get the sense that they are squeezing into holes or finding, like, well-prepared ways of egress from the castle. And at least for now, you've convinced the kobolds that were part of this ambush to run away. Of course, the one that got nabbed by the carrion crawler cannot. Chaga backs to the relative safety of the group. Alistair stops poking at the insects. Los gets yoinked back into his urn.
Junker and Ghost they sneak their way up to the group, and then they're just in the group, like they've always been there.
Grackle, you coming
How
over?
nice of you to fucking join us.
Grackle, cleaning his blade before putting it away, rejoins the group. The entrance to this castle is open. There's a lot of dirt. It's a dirty entranceway, as the zombies seem to have spent some considerable time rotting in here.
We were surprised.
Quickly, knowledge. I'm guessing dungeoneering on how long that kobold will be paralyzed.
Yeah.
Based on the fact that, well, I guess it's got to do knowledge dungeoneering on what that creature was, carrion crawler. But
yeah,
takes 10, he gets 34.
Okay. These things are called, because Paizo doesn't have the license to use the word carrion crawler. It's one of those monsters that they call them slime crawlers, but that's effectively what they are. The kobold's starting to come
Slime
to.
crawlers?
Like, the
Okay.
kobold's starting to, like, it's on the measure of rounds, moments. I need to take a quick bio break. You guys maybe can discuss quickly about how you're gonna take what approach are you taking from here. I'll be right back.
I think it's Buff and Blitz.
Yeah, I do think we should kill this bat though first.
Yeah, the one in the corner, the lower left corner. Yeah, I was about to.
I'm thinking it might be an escape route.
It is, but now hear me out. How much would a war-trained riding bat be worth?
Probably 200 gold. I just kill it.
Well, hear me out. How are we going to get a war-trained riding bat that we're not trained to ride back to Foundry?
Okay, now hear me out.
Okay.
We have a wagon.
Hear me out. We have a carriage, and there's a bit of a difference.
It's a strong point. Yeah, you are correct. It's the
It's the difference between like a station wagon and a pickup truck. You can use them both for moving, but one is definitely better.
oh, dude. One of my who's actually my old boss at work. He had a Volvo station wagon that he called Tachka, which was like it means wagon. Like, it means like wheelbarrow.
Okay.
And I helped him move some dirt at one point, and what he did is he threw a tarp in the back of the station wagon, and then had like a yard and a half of dirt put back there.
Are you kidding me?
Like dirt up to the window, to the back, all the way, and then like the seats folded down all the way to the.
Oh my god. Tarpedo, that had to have made a mess. There's no way. There's no way.
It was like an 89 whatever Volvo C60 or whatever the heck it is. Just this unkillable red car with like a door from a green one and a fender from you know what I'm talking.
The spare part surviving cyborg.
Exactly.
Post-apocalypse, yeah.
Which is funny because the guy also was like he was a race car mechanic. Like he was a chief engineer.